visits Mountain Crest in a quarterfinal matchup on the Game of the Week. The game is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Aggie Sports Grill, the place to be. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Magical Moon Toys, come check out Pee Wee's Sweet Shop. The Sports Academy and Racket Club, your results, your life. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Intermountain Sports Medicine, stay in the game. U&I Furniture, it's always a better buy at U&I. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, sign of the clock. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank. ARS Flood and Fire Cleanup will fix your disaster. Cache Valley Specialty Hospital, you do have a choice in emergency care. Lynn's Audio and Video, Cache Valley's audio and video specialist. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel Playoffs Edition, the State 4A quarterfinals. I'm Eric Olson, with me, Lee Vaughn. Oh, do we have a dandy here tonight from Lynn R. Miller Field on the campus of Mountain Crest High School. Mountain Crest playing host to East, and it's a contrast in styles. East with that triple option. Mountain Crest will do just a little bit of everything.
Well, they will, and East is huge. We were down there watching them before in pregame warm-ups, and it looks like a D1 offensive line. So Mountain Crest really has their work cut out for them. And we talked about some of the strategies they might use as Mountain Crest gets ready to take the field. They might stretch out that defense, but they gotta clog up the middle.
Well, in his first year, Coach Brandon Matich, he went from Park City to East. This is his first year at East, and he has made the Leopards relevant again. Lee Vaughn spent some time with Coach Matich just a few minutes ago.
Coach, great game last week against Westlake, very tough Westlake team. What did you take from that win to this game?
Well, introducing the Gold's Gym complete in-home circuit training.
Technical difficulties with that. If we can get that back, we'll get back to it. But let's see if we can hear from Coach Matich as he spent time talking about these Leopards.
Coach, great game last week against Westlake, very tough Westlake team. What did you take from that win to this game?
Well, I mean, very similar. I mean, they're two scrambling quarterbacks, very athletic quarterbacks. Both can throw the ball very well. The difference is Ursua, he's a little bit more inexperienced than the young man they have over here in Caressa, and there's no substitute for experience. So we're going to have to combat that a little bit more tonight.
Talk to me about your team a little bit. Kind of a two-headed monster running back.
Well, you're talking about Tanner and Leete, I'm presuming. Both very good players, and Tanner has the ability to throw the ball if we need to. I believe he's got a college-quality arm. Leete, hell, he's about 180, and he runs like he's 240, so he's a powerhouse. But both great kids academically and great people off the field, and that's the most important thing.
One last question. Tell me what you've told your kids this week to get ready for Mountain Crest at Mountain Crest.
We're going to play hard. We're going to go up there and play our tails off and pound the rock and get after it and see what happens.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Number 2, Leete Molisi. You heard Coach Matich talk about him a little bit. Some of the stats on him this season: 136 carries for 1,000 yards, even 7.35 yards per carry, and 9 touchdowns. And the quarterback is just as effective as a rusher. In Curtis, 110 rushes, scratched that 136 rushes, 1,093 yards, 15 touchdowns on his own.
Yeah, and Molisi, 5'9", 180. Coach Matich says he runs like he's 220.
He's a beast. We're watching him out there. He's got a great first step.
There's the Mustangs. Coach Dave Caressa, the offensive line coach, getting them going down there and getting them wound up. And let's hear from Coach Mark Wooten of the Mustangs.
Well, Coach Wooten, last week a great showing from Mountain Crest, especially in the second half against probably an undermanned Payson team. East, a little different story.
Yeah, they're very big and physical, and our kids played well at the end of the Payson game or towards the end. Thought they started getting some momentum. But like you said, East is a whole different animal.
So how do you go at it? Kind of a two-headed monster from the running back position for East. What have you told your kids, especially on defense?
Well, you can't give up big plays. If you look at their stats, like last week, one kid had 4 touches, 3 touchdowns, and they're pretty long touchdowns. So you have to make them work for what they're going to get. And just can't let them grind it out against you and keep the ball.
This is where Mountain Crest expects to be every year. What do you got to do today? What if you could pick one thing to get to the turf?
Not make a lot of mistakes and can't turn the ball over. And we need to be able to score some points as well.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good coach. Well, that was a quick look at our player, Tanner Richardson. He's really played big in a lot of games. We talked about it. There he is right there, number 21 for Mountain Crest. We talked about it before the game that there's quite often we wanted to give him the Valley Channel Player of the Game, but somebody else stepped up, had a great game. He's just been consistent day in, day out. He has 62 tackles on the season, 4 sacks, and 1 interception on the defensive side of the ball. Plays a pretty good amount on offense as well. Forced
a fumble last week that was returned for a touchdown by Mountain Crest as they blew an early close game open against Payson in that second half. Well, we talked about it. These two teams played each other last year. Mountain Crest winning that game 48-0. It was early in the season last year. Alex Caressa threw for 400 yards in the first half. This is a completely different East High School football team, more of a power type team, but they can strike from long distance. 4+ plays from over 50 yards for touchdowns last week.
Yeah, this is a fantastic matchup, like you said, of two totally different styles. Mountain Crest, as usual, we hear it all the time, we're kind of undersized. Well, they kind of are against East. East is a bunch of 300-pounders on the front line, and they've got to do a great job in getting in the backfield and breaking up plays before they can get started.
Less than a minute away from opening kickoff, so let's talk a little bit about what lies ahead. In the brackets, Highland is playing at Pineview. That's a Saturday game. Timpview and Springville, that's a big matchup. Everybody looking at that, a rematch of last year's title game. Spanish Fork and Bountiful, and of course Mountain Crest East. So the winner of this game goes on to play the Spanish Fork Bountiful winner down at Rice-Eccles Stadium on the 12th of November. And then on to the championships on the 19th of November down at Rice-Eccles Stadium. But that's 8 good teams still alive. 8 very good teams.
It is, and honestly, we're rooting for everybody except Timpview.
I'll let the Timpview people hear you say it.
I will let them hear it all day long.
I think that's the sentiment around. Everybody likes to knock the king off the hill. Mountain Crest will get the first crack at the football.
You know, if we talk about both these teams, they're pretty even when you look at their stats. The scoring for East, 34 points per game. Scoring offense for Mountain Crest, 38.8 points per game. Their defense, scoring defense, 21.7 for East and 17.4 for Mountain Crest. So they're statistically pretty even though they have very different styles.
Daniel Osgathorpe, the senior kicker, tees it up, getting set to toe it off. Whistle blows and we're underway in Hiram. This one into the end zone, and the Mustangs will start at their own 20-yard line. Take a look at those starting lineups.
Well, the only starting lineup we have right now is Mountain Crest offensive starters. Let's take a look at those. We've seen them all year long. Schofield Smith, Nate Rigby, Alex Caressa. Those are defense. Thank you. How about we look at the defense? Do you have the offense on here?
Well, here you go.
Help me out.
Nate Rigby.
Well, we know him.
Alex
Nate
Caressa.
Rigby, Troy Pickett, Taylor Root. Richardson will probably get a lot of playing time. The offensive line, which is really big today, is Tanner Collins, Frank Pack, Joey Jenkins, Blake Lyman, and of course Fernando Huerta.
Hard count by Caressa. See if they got 5 cheap ones. And it is against East.
Boy, and they'll take every cheap yard they can get today.
East with a definite size advantage. That is for sure across the front. We'll get you some of the weights and sizes of those guys.
That was Tupo Unaiua, 265 pounds, number 54.
Caressa with the play action. He's in trouble. Now he gets rid of it to Pickett. Pickett with the catch. And a 17-yard gain as Caressa buys time with his feet.
Well, and this is something that East is used to seeing last year, like you mentioned, a lot of yards racked up by Caressa, and he keeps that pocket and the play alive.
Now Caressa rolling near side. He's got the out pattern to Root. Root makes a move, and he's out near midfield. 11 yards and a first down.
Well, really the key to this game is going to be whether or not East can slow down the experienced offense of Mountain Crest. Caressa, very experienced at quarterback, has played here since, 1975, and he's fantastic in that backfield.
Caressa back across the formation, looking for Hall, and it goes wide and incomplete. Caressa had a man right in his lap, and it looked like big number 57, Merrill Taliuli.
Oh, and Sione Makoni for East has a chance, really, if he looks up to pick that ball off. It's kind of a floater from Caressa back across the grain of the field.
Trying to get the East defense flowing one way, but you look at that defensive line. Tuaya goes 290, Vaikuku 275, Taliuli is 265.
My kind of people.
Tupuanuia 265 and Hautau 265. There's a flag, and this is probably going to bring back a gain of about 4. And it's motion on Mountain Crest.
Well, and they threw that flag right away and didn't get the play stopped. Eddie Hall gets folded in half.
They were able to kick the end out and cut up inside him. But instead of a third down at about 5 or 6, it's going to be second down and close to 15 yards now. Caressa's in the gun. Here comes the house. Caressa underneath, wide of Hall again.
Boy, and Cressa did everything he could to hang on to that ball long enough to let the play develop, but East did a great job getting in the backfield. That was number 64, Sam Tuai at 290. Pretty quick for a kid who doesn't pass on the cheeseburger.
Let's see how close this one was. Caressa looking downfield, has time, now it breaks down, nowhere to go, and East with the sack. So Mountain Crest has a good opening drive, thwarted by a penalty and a sack, and a loss of 5 on Caressa, and the East offense will get a shot, 4th and 20.
Well, and here's the big problem with that whole great defensive stand by East, but the problem is the penalty. That's really what slows down the drive, the momentum. They've got East back on their heels, gives them a chance to recover, and then force a couple of great defensive plays, make them punt the ball away.
Caressa kicks that one away. Looking for it is Jason Cook. Cook lets it go, and it's touched by Schofield Smith.
It's going to be about the 19-yard line, I think.
Up near the 20. And that's where East will take over with their triple option attack. And you and I were talking before the game, kind of thought maybe the best opportunity for Mountain Crest would be to keep that dive from working and making the East string that out, because Mountain Crest has the speed to go side to side.
Yeah, they may not have the beef to fill up the middle, though. We were discussing whether or not, because we have seen in past games this season Fernando Huerta in the middle, but it doesn't look like he's in there right now. That's a pretty tight formation.
3 wide receivers, 0 splits, and Curtis is going to throw on a quick comeback pattern. Picking up good yardage on first down is John Fakahafua, the leading receiver for this team. Picks up 15.
Well, and I don't know if, we haven't seen East all season long because they play down in Salt Lake and not up here, but I wonder if they've changed their splits for this game, because that's one of the things that Mountain Crest does, is they exploit the interior defense of a lot of teams because they take such wide splits.
Now they're widening it out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more.
And this is more the formation we're used to seeing from East. Curtis is going to keep it. Fakes the dive, and he's got running room. Putu Tau can't catch it. Yes, he does. He had just enough of an angle. And that's down inside the 30-yard line of Mountain Crest. A huge gain. 35 yards.
Well, Putu Tau, like you mentioned, did not have the angle. Take a look at this here. The only reason he catches him just because of sheer speed. Look at that block. He really has a bad angle there, but he just steps on the gas and catches up to Curtis at the last second, pushes him out of bounds.
Malisi, the lone back. 2 wide receivers and a wing. And they give to Malisi. Malisi runs through a tackle and picks up 7. And if Mountain Crest is going to give up chunks like that, it's going to be a long day for the Mustangs. Mountain Crest traditionally, defensively, this year at least, has been slow starting, but then they finish strong. But you look at the size difference, and it's unreal. Jordan Hahn in there playing at a tackle, giving up about 100 pounds.
It is huge.
Molisi